I had family pop into town, complete surprise. It was amazing. Anyways, I'm back now, and today I thought we would do a juicy reading on what your blind spots are, what their blind spots are. Well, actually, mostly it's like what your blind spot is about them, and also what's your own blind spot to like your behavior in the relationship, because, you know, it takes two to tango, that kind of a thing, and relationships kind of can end up in like a holding pattern. So let's just take a look at that, shall we? I do have 3 piles here. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. I will go ahead and put a picture here if you would like to look at that. Otherwise, I will meet you at your piles. Okay. Pile number 1, you generous little sweeties, you. You guys are just the best of us, aren't you? And that can get us into trouble, and I'm about to explain to you why. Just ignore me, I've had some tea. So anyways, what are your blind spots? So over here I have your blind spots in regards to your person and kind of like why that matters and how it plays out. I have the energies that like it's manifesting in your relationship. And then I have your blind spots in regard to your own behavior that might be feeding this kind of cycle here. So hopefully we are taking a pretty holistic look at what exactly is going on between you guys. So right off the bat, this person I feel like they're very mysterious. This person has a very mysterious side. So your blind spot straight out when it comes to this person is that they're masterful in hiding certain things, keeping things away from you that they want to. This person is also very immature, in love with the Daughter of Cups here. And why does that matter? We have the 7 of Swords. This person has a lot of sneaky behavior, pile number 1. And I feel like you guys actually are very observant. I think you notice things about this person, but where it becomes a blind spot is I feel like you guys want to save this person a little bit. You're coming out as Sagittarius, Saggy energy. You also have the Alchemist here, right? The Alchemist, like literally the energy of transformation. And what's crazy is this might as well be the Temperance card, because Sagittarius in the tarot is Temperance, right? And it's the Alchemist. So you guys are all about transforming, I feel like, in your own life, right? And we only ever have control over our own behavior. Even if you believe in a twin flame journey and that's something that you resonate with, what do they always say in the twin flame journey? It's about you. It comes back to you. And the thing about that is too, that we have to keep in mind is you should not be afraid of telling somebody where to shove it, where to stick it, where to go if you're connected to them forever. That shouldn't even be a worry, right? That's just going to change a variable and shake out a variable in a situation, because I see you guys are being very actively engaged in wanting to transform this person and seeing this person's higher self when this person has a lower primal self as well. And same thing for you. It's being reflected back towards you. You're merging your own higher and lower desires where they might be best left separate here. We have with the Alchemist a shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. Okay, our spiritual tools, they're tools, right? Just the same way you can use a hammer to tear down a wall, or you can use a hammer to build up the wall. That is the quality of spiritual truths, and that's why back in the day, a lot of spiritual texts and stuff, they were hidden until you did a lot of spiritual work, until you showed up to sadhana 10 years in a row, and then it was said that you could read understand yourself enough so that you didn't read yourself and your ego into the pages. So one of the things that I feel like this might be getting in the way here is that you guys are very spiritually people, very spiritual people. You're very high-minded people, and I feel like in a lot of areas in your life, you are the support person. We have support here at the bottom of the deck. Lean on your inner circle during this time. I feel like perhaps if you guys told some people in your inner circle about this person's behavior, they would be like, oh girl, leave. But there's some kind of spiritual concept, and I'm just going to say it, you guys, like a misuse of the twin flame concept that keeps people in holding patterns that are not productive. Whereas even if this person is your twin flame, if you left, like I said, it changes the energy between the two of you, right? And there is, twin flames talk about this all the time, about like that, because look what I'm getting here, you guys. I feel like a lot of people, that it's like you do feel a very strong bond and a strong connection, definitely, with this person. It's just, if you did leave, you know, there's a lot of talk in the twin flame community about union and about it's so rare. Union is so rare. So it's like almost, I feel like you almost have to lay that on the altar of like not happen in this life. And those are the people who probably have more of a shot of coming into union. The people who are like, I'll see you 2,000 years from now, you know? And maybe that's harsh, but that's kind of just what I'm getting. So with again, over here, your blind spot in yourself in this connection is that you are very high-minded and you have a lot of spiritual beliefs. Do you know that therapists, you guys, they have to go see special therapists because they know too much psychology, that they can get in their own way of their own psychological healing process. It's a real thing. And so I feel like you guys, you know a lot of things. Maybe you know a lot of psych. Maybe you know a lot about spirituality. You have very highly developed spiritual beliefs. And I feel like that's something that's just a part of you with Sagittarius. You might have a lot of planets in your 9th house. You might have a very prominent Jupiter placement. Jupiter exalted in Cancer. You might have Jupiter on the ascendant, Jupiter on the midheaven. You get what I'm saying? You guys are Sagittarians, where you like to believe the best of people. You have a lot of faith in exactly who you are and what you do. But where it comes into a problem is we don't have control over other people, right? And this person, I feel like, is really good at manipulating, and they can convince you. This person knows a lot of psychology too. Let's just put it that way. But it's very, it's hidden, and it might even be hidden from themselves, because Pluto is the things that we just stuff down. Because there's something this person's not willing to look at themselves. I don't think that's news to you. I really, really don't. I also think this person, they might be quite abundant. They might have some kind of status in society, some kind of mastery. This person, I feel like, works on behalf of people, but they work that to their advantage too, pile number one. And that's your blind spot on them. Is this person does things for people, but they know how to like get things out of doing that for people. It's not like you over here, where it's like you guys are trying to give, you know? You are trying to give for people. And Eckhart Tolle says this as well too, and it's worth repeating here, that spiritual people sometimes, this is kind of like spiritual ego can morph. And we can start to get our identity based on helping people. And that's a spiritual identity as well, because again, remember I said relationship is a holding pattern. In that holding pattern, that requires someone to be needing of your services, doesn't it? So in that way, the energy that you're sending out, while it might be healing, and I'm sorry if this is blunt, you guys, while it might be healing, and maybe I see that you guys are spiritual teachers. You guys, you're healers. You guys are healers, and you help people this is exactly what you do, is what this person has going on here. It's just that they're a little bit sneakier than you realize. They're a little more masterful and astute than you realize. This person knows what buttons to push in people who are very spiritually minded, who are givers, who are alchemists, who are dedicated to helping others. Sometimes the best way to help somebody is to say, this isn't working for me, right? You have to kind of tend yourself and say, like, I have to let this go. And sometimes that's the best thing for a relationship. So what I was kind of trying to say with this whole Eckhart Tolle thing, and what he was getting at is, you know, it's kind of that next level to pull back and really look at ourselves and say, if I'm identifying myself with teacher, for instance, healer, helper, then that automatically has to put someone as like a lesser position than me. You know, and it's something that it's like, it's just kind of under the surface, and it's not something that we're always aware of. And it comes from a really, really good place. So I do feel like, you know, yeah, you guys know a lot of spirituality. And And that's kind of, that might be your blind spot in yourself, is that application to this person. We have Avenger over here on their side, the light attribute, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. This is how I feel like this person is placing themselves out to the world. I just feel like it's highly strategic. And this person on this picture is iced over, and they have like these kinds of, like these wings, and you know, maybe it's iced over now, but this person could fly away from you. This person has sharp edges, you know. And I do feel like this person's masterful. With this hollyhock abundance here, I feel like both of you guys are healers. That's something that you really vibe with in one another. It's just like you're healers in different ways, and in ways that's almost, some of you guys, you really do think this person's your twin flame. And I'm not here to say one way or another, but I am saying it is a misuse of the twin flame journey or the twin flame spirituality to alter your own behavior and your own path in order to try to manipulate and get a result out of a situation. All you really have to do, like you guys, my husband was just saying, he's like really into Dzogchen and like very deep Buddhist practices. And he was like, really, when you get down to it, it's like you have to just live your life. And that's the way things fall into place. You know what I'm saying? So the shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. I'm getting that this person has kind of like hidden violent tendencies, psychologically violent tendencies. And they just kind of know where to press. They kind of know where to press. So your blind spot is like with this Daughter of Cups, is thinking that this person is like, I do feel like this person has a lot of really good qualities. This isn't a bad person. That's not what this reading is about, is being like, oh, this is a crap person, and here's how you're being a crap person too. Like, I hope that's not how you guys are taking and using this information, right? Brené Brown, braving. I hope you guys are allowing me the G of that, braving, generosity, hearing what I'm saying in goodness and in good faith. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of, maybe you're overdoing that with this person, actually. Like you're really giving this person the benefit of the doubt, when this person, I mean, look at this masked energy. This person is masked in some way as some kind of an avenger, as someone who maybe resorts to certain behaviors. They probably always have an excuse for explaining certain behaviors to your satisfaction over here. What your blind spot is about yourself and why it matters. We have the Fool. This is major arcana. This is the major arcana of the spread, and it's on your side for your blind spot. So I mean, the Fool, this is very trusting. This is very trusting energy. I feel like possibly, yeah, you might have just given this person a little bit too much trust. You're trying to trust the universe in some kind of way, and why it matters is because I feel like you're betraying yourself. Like this person has you at odds with yourself in some way. That's what the Three of Swords talks about, the head and the heart being in opposition, right? And in that way, we can feel this betrayal. I've heard before, and I don't know how I like to just kind of, this is what I love about spirituality and really the journey. That's why they say the path is a circle and truth is mostly relative, because a lot of times it's just a balance, right? So what I'm about to say, please hear that as like, it's a balance. It's one journey, and it's probably not universally true all the time. But I've heard this phrase that says like, we really only betray ourselves. I don't think that's true 100% of the time. I think it's true here though, because you guys are very intelligent. You're really intelligent. And you guys are healers, and maybe you guys have a habit of overlooking yourself in that department, which is why possibly we have this hollyhock here. Hollyhock is a lot, it's known, holly, right? Hollywood. A lot of times, like, witches like to make their wands out of them. Again, this is pulling us back to like being a conscious creator and creating abundance in our own lives. And witches like that I'm trying to own this. Like, my patrons are totally like, oh my god, Jess is still on this kick, but I really am, because I've been trying to like make sense of myself as a conscious creator, and that's witchcraft is the vein that I kind of really see that in. So I'm drawing that here of like, you have abundance, and this person might be sucking energy out of you that's not really being utilized, and it's actually, this person is using it to deflect and to kind of wiggle their way through. This person's coming off as this Page of Cups, as someone very unassuming, very but it's a way that they're kind of snowing you so that they can get this sneaky behavior that they're about. This person's a lot more shrewd than they let on. This person could have heavy Mercury in their chart. So this person could be a water sign. I especially am getting the energy of Jesha, which is the Mercury ruled sign at the end of Scorpio. Jesha is, this person I think has a lot of wealth. And you might, I feel like you have abundance too. There's abundance in this pile, and you might have it in similar ways, but it could be different. I feel like it is kind of same, but different. Like, I feel like this person has a lot of material abundance. You have a lot of spiritual abundance and education. Like, you build your abundance like kind of internally. And I feel like it's overflowed from you into the external world. That's why, you know, we tend to look at the world through the eyes that we have ourselves, you know? And I feel like you guys are super trustworthy, and you're so sweet, and you're just the best of us. And that's kind of something that is being, that's in this, it's creating this holding pattern here. So I'm getting the energy of Jesha over here for your person, and that it can rule betrayal. But Jesha is also like the height of the material world, using that mercurial energy to kind of master the material world, right? And that's right at the end of Scorpio, right before you move into Sagittarius. I feel like you guys feel like you're pretty much on the same spiritual page with this person. You just might be like a step ahead, you know? And it's hard because you're showing up in teacher energy. Your teacher, oh, that's it too. You're showing up. Jupiter is, they call Jupiter the advisor to the gods, or the god of gods. Well, Indra is the god of gods, but the advisor to the gods. Jupiter and Venus are considered the teachers, and Venus is a good teacher too. But Jupiter teaches people who are very spiritual and who are very adept on a spiritual path. So you're showing up in that energy of you're used to being around people or this might be a requirement you have for your life, is like, you help people in a very spiritual way, people who want to be helped in a spiritual way and who view life like that. I feel like your person is more in need of like a Venusian teacher. Venus is the teacher of demons, is what they call it. Demons just meaning someone who has succumbed to materialism. And that's something that your person, I feel like, has done. And in a way, Venus rules the senses and that wealth. And in that way, that materialism and that insatiable need becomes its own teacher. And I feel like that's something that your person kind of has to live through and kind of has to go through. I don't know that they're ready for the lessons that you kind of have to give. Do you know what I'm saying? You have an abundance to give. You really, really do. And you guys are engaged in a spiritual path. And again, like, there's just this energy on your side that's contributing to your blind spot. Sagittarius, right? It's the sign of the beast becoming man. So see, and it's one of the dual signs. This is dual fire. And so there's a duality here of like using that base primal nature to birth the higher mind, right? Jupiter is the higher mind, to birth the higher mind and the higher self. It's something that you have done yourself, and it's something that you help others to do, possibly even as a job. But the way this is why, like, this person, you know, we always learn through relationships. We always deepen our own spiritual practice, right? None of us are fully realized. That's why we're still in meat sacks. But, you know, I feel like part of your spiritual journey is like kind of sensing out what relationships kind of need to fall by the wayside. It's actually a huge lesson in Sagittarius, because there are people who pull Sagittarians who tend to pull at their base nature, and then there's other people who tend to pull at their upper nature, and it's something they kind of have to decide. A lot of times this is deeply rooted in very close relationships and primary, like, familial relationships, and it's something that they're kind of faced with, you know, and identifying which parts of themselves are being activated. So this person, I do feel like, appeals to your sexual self with the Pluto here, your lower base natures. Not that that's not a healthy, appropriate expression, but through it, I feel like you guys could be, with this shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Sexuality is not indicative of a spiritual bond in and of itself. It isn't. Sometimes it can snow us, and it can be used to heal. For those of you who are into like spiritual sexual practices, there's a hallmark to it, and it's a very interesting one, and you know what I'm talking about if it's something that you've truly studied from a spiritual perspective. And I don't see it happening over here with this person. Okay? I'm just going to say it. There's a lot about restraint in spiritual sexual practices in order to direct spiritual energy. This is not an energy that deals with restraint. So the way that it's kind of playing out between the two of you guys is the Mother of Swords. The Mother of Swords in the regular deck, right? This is the red string, and the Suit of Swords is about overcoming diversity, often familial. This Sagittarius Gemini is your counterpart. That's that Swords energy, Gemini being an air sign. And in Gemini, you have birth of Jupiter, the higher mind, which comes to itself in Sagittarius, right? The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. I add these, it's said in spirituality that these tidbits of knowledge are for the people who believe. Like it's a gift. And so I say these things because I do feel like it's a gift to know these things. So if it's not your thing, it's okay. Just, I'll continue to explain the energy. It's all good. So Sagittarius, the Sagittarius Gemini axis, these two energies have a lot more in common than the other opposing axes because they're both dual signs and they're both the more masculine elements, which are more changeable. So I feel like you guys, why I'm saying that is because the Suit of Swords, this air energy, is very much about overcoming hardship, about getting right, the communication, seeing things very clearly and not allowing emotion to cloud it. This person is, I feel like, using emotion. They could be, this person, I'm not saying that they haven't been through something, but this is where, you know, maybe this person is better off seeing like a professional, talking with a doctor, talking with a therapist, because it's while people suffer, you know, it's, if this person is as manipulative as it's looking like, and they're as psychologically aware of what buttons to press as it's looking like they are over here. This person's not really fit to be in a good give and take relationship, which contributes to this Mother of Swords energy, which I feel like for you possibly brings up some family situations, some situations in your life that you feel like you've had to kind of overcome, because the Mother of Swords, this energy is all about cutting off that energy that no longer serves you. And she gets called the B word a lot, which I don't appreciate, because it's usually in a negative context, but it's like, I wish the B word was boundaries for the Mother of Swords, because she just has boundaries and she's clear about them. This is a second reference that I've made to like Brené Brown, like her whole theory of braving. I think I'm going to post this on my community post because it's so valuable. But that's what braving is, what's required to build trust, build and maintain a trusting relationship. This person, I don't feel like, is honoring your boundaries. I don't feel like this person is reliable. I don't feel like this person is accountable. I don't feel like this person is being vulnerable. Look at this. He's all iced off. He's got his little razors on his elbows. This person's not being vulnerable. I don't think that this person's being integral. Maybe they feel like they create a space of non-judgment, but it's only insofar as it serves them. And you'll have to, I mean, maybe this person comes off as quite generous when it suits them, I feel like, in not misinterpreting what you're saying, giving you, because you're coming off very high-minded here. You are very spiritual. This is a very spiritually evolved energy, okay? But there is no end to the process, right? And if, by the way, if you're like, I'm all the way evolved, this isn't your pile. Possibly you're not as spiritually evolved as you think. This is a person who is engaged in a process and who views spirituality as a constant process, right? Who's constantly like removing the log from their own eye. Wow, I'm just like coming with it today. Sorry, guys. So, with this Mother of Swords energy, I feel like that's what it's bringing out in you. You're starting to recognize patterns, and that is the spiritual purpose of this relationship. There's always a mirroring that goes on, right? And I always talk about Harville Hendrix getting the love you want. He talks about this amnesia period, which is why we're talking about blind spots. Some of you guys, you're early on in a relationship and it's completely normal to have blind spots. It absolutely is, right? Because there's always an alchemy. You know this. There's always an alchemy that happens when two universes come together, and that's what happens with people. It's what happens all around us all the time. Life is just relationships and community happening all around us all the time. So, wow, I should have less tea. Anyway, so I do feel like there's been a bit of this amnesia period that Harville Hendrix talks about, and then when you wake up and you kind of after you have been with someone for a while and you start to see the real them, you realize that you're wound mates. Like, this happens in relationships. Soulmates, wound mates, the same thing, right? It's just a matter of how high vibe the people are, because either you're going to team up, hook arms, and win the potato sack race together, or it's going to be conflict cycles. And that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't feel that this is a good potato sack race partner. And that's something you should ask yourself. you know, is I have to share a potato sack with this person. Are we going to get somewhere? I'm feeling very chatty. Once my husband and I went on this canoe. It was a very small, they called it a lake, you guys, it was a pond. And yeah, the wind came in and there were currents and everything, but we ran into this couple that we knew and they had been together for so long and everything. And you guys, like literally it was not a very big pond, okay, at all. Like you could see where you had to go like dock. And we like go past them and they were like, we've been out here for 2 hours, because they were just like yelling at each other and they couldn't like get the rowing right. And I was like, wow, that is the universe talking to them in like a really big way. They literally couldn't like get their rowing right. They couldn't decide who needed to, you know, like keep the tempo and who was just gonna like try to steer the boat and who was gonna be the propeller. It was kind of crazy. And that's like, that's what I'm getting at is I think there's gonna be power dynamic issues because this person refuses to be held accountable in a relationship. This person's very good at knowing, especially with good people, with spiritually minded people, this person's used to people, I feel like, giving them the benefit of the doubt. And when they're really being psychologically manipulative, they put on this front of just being like, they are underdeveloped in love, don't get me wrong, but there's not a willingness to engage. I'm almost getting like, you know, like with a straw, right? I'm not trying to advertise for Starbucks, but you suck on it, it requires pressure. So like if you didn't have the suction of your mouth around the straw and you were just like sucking air, nothing would come up because it doesn't have the binding, right? This person has to bind. So when you suck on them, wow, this is really not sexual. Like, you know, then that's what pulls the water up. This person's refusing to make a suction. Wow. Please don't unsubscribe. Please don't unsubscribe. It's not usually like this. So, anyways, this person kind of, they need to undergo an ego death. They're really putting it off because I feel like this person hides behind some kind of money or status. They're used to people giving them the benefit of the doubt because this is a highly, highly intelligent person with the energy of Scorpio and the energy of Mercury coming out here in that Jesha. This person has a sweet side. I'm not saying that they're not, that they don't. They might even like, I don't know, this person might like cook you things. This person might volunteer in like a soup kitchen. They might help people in some kind of healing way, but they are manipulative. That's what you're not seeing about this person. Is that it matters because this person wants to like win. This person is about control and dominance. They want to maintain control and dominance. And you are an energetic match for this person. I got to tell you, you absolutely are. You kind of are the yin to this person's yang. But if you don't hold a boundary, if you don't establish the parameters, this person's just yanking you around by the tail. Like you're just flapping around the wind. You got to plant. You got to plant. You got to make yourself known here. And the Sagittarians, you know, that's a barn happy horse. They leave and go anyways. This is an energy that, you know, needs to... Usually the Sagittarius energy has a mission. I feel like this group does have a mission, and a lot of it involves sprinkling your goodness and your good joy and all this juicy healing energy around. So it's okay, definitely, for you guys to kind of come in and out of this person's life and check on them and see if they've had any progress, you know? Because you don't need this person. Like, this person, I feel like, is used to people needing them, maybe for some kind of abundance, wanting to use them for their status so they get away with murder a little bit. But I feel like you don't actually need them. I feel like you guys are abundant, actually, in a lot of ways. Like, spiritually abundant. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of promise for your own self. You have, like, a lot of goals. You want to live a fun, adventurous life. I feel like people like you. You have, like, a solid group of friends. And you're super smart, but, like, in a very well-rounded way. You know, and you embody this light attribute as well. I don't know if I said that, but you definitely do, with this light attribute of transforming base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And I feel like you've done that, and that could have been what this past energy in your life has been, is like that's something that you have probably brought some kind of mastery to, which is what attracted this person into your life, to say, okay, now we have to learn how to use this in a nuanced way and realize that it's not ubiquitous. Very rarely is something in life ubiquitous. You have to, again, like that hammer, you have to learn how to use the tool in a very nuanced kind of way here. And I am kind of getting the energy of Chitra with the two of you. Chitra is ruled by, I can't say his name, Tavashtar or something, but it's the celestial architect that kind of chips away. And there's a phrase that's like, if you're like bothered by every rub, how will you ever be perfected, or something. But it's just the matter of getting that just right. And that's what I feel like is kind of going on here. There is an energy of obsession. I feel like that's what this person brings out. Or this person, your blind spot is that this person, I feel like, is obsessed with materialism, with money, with power. Because, and it comes from a deep place of hurt. It really, really does. It comes from some kind of trauma that they're not able to look at. It's fine for you to be able to see that, and to see that it's dangerous to kind of get involved with that person, you know? Wow, I'm so sorry that I'm full of anecdotes today. But like, I've taken a self-defense class before, and the person, like the officer that was saying it, was like, if you come across a crime being committed and you're alone, you're supposed to go for help because you run the risk of it being two victims, right? So you're supposed to go get help so that you can alert someone so they can come and help the situation, right? Because if you get involved and then there's two victims, then nobody's aware that now there's two people that needs help. So that's what I'm saying with this person, is it is a very dangerous energy. So yeah, there is the energy of obsession here. And maybe this person is obsessed with you, or you're feeling obsessed about like helping this person. Either way, there's a lot of feels here, because that's your song by Kiara, Feels. And I wrote the J Wolf remix just so you guys know which one I'm listening to. But the verse I wrote down is, I got way too many feels, way too much emotion. I don't even know what's real. Just say, F it, keep on going. So yeah, there's something about like this person paints a good... it's almost like they paint the picture that they want to put out there in order to get the result. So it almost keeps you in this constant state of going around and around in your head, trying to constantly feel what's real. Some of you guys, you might feel about this person like, okay, yeah, no, like, oh wow, this is called push-pull, and it causes addiction, it causes obsession. If you notice this, it's not, if you notice this behavior, you have to be aware that builds psychological addiction, and especially if you think this is some kind of divine connection. So I feel like this, with this Sagittarian energy, you're getting push-pulled by this person's behavior, where sometimes they show up and they're the man, they're like the human, you know, oh, I've learned my lesson. And this person can be incredibly insightful. Again, with Mercury combined with Scorpionic energy, this person can be incredibly insightful, very detailed. They can tell you, oh, you know, and this person probably apologizes to you a lot, the Daughter of Cups, about their behavior. And they're just like very, very convincing. And then the other times this person's like lower primal self comes out and you're like, what? I thought we like, and in this way, it's a conflict cycle. And this person is that's how you build obsession. So this might as well kind of be the devil card, you know, where this relationship, it's like, yeah, you guys, there's just like this round and round energy that this person's behavior and lack of accountability is bringing up. Also their lack of reliability, but it's also this person's pretty reliable in that there is like this pattern that's going around and around and around. We also have the Three of Cups. So I'm kind of getting third party situation. And then we have the Four of Cups in this deck, talks about toxicity. So yeah, this person's very manipulative, but it's calling you up into your own magician kind of energy here to, yeah. And also, like, it's telling you that you guys have support. Because I feel like you guys are usually the ones that people go to for help. But it's telling you that you have support, you know. In some way. There's people around you who can kind of help make sense. Because sometimes you don't need, like, I keep saying this. And I'm going to keep saying this again. But the deepest of spirituality is super, super mundane. So a lot of times you get the best spiritual information from people who don't even know anything about spirituality. They're just taking life as it comes. And so even if you're like, well, people might not understand this spiritual self, right? Because we have a little bit of delusion going on with the spirituality. That's why spirituality, it's Neptune, man. That's either haze or the deepest of wisdom, and it depends. And again, like the path is a circle. So a lot of times you have a lot of delusion that you have to work through before you get to the nuanced, and it requires the swords element to really tame that, right? That's why the final Pisces, ruled by Neptune. The final nakshatra is ruled by Mercury. That air, very intelligent, very observant, something that can take something apart and put it back together, get all those moving parts right. So I feel like you guys, it's almost like the advice that you need is not from a spiritualist, is not from someone who speaks spirituality. You almost need to like You almost need like Aunt Betty's down home, just, she always talks in like weird Southern like anecdotes. It's almost like that's what you need, I was trying to think of one, but I can't. But, just like, oh, they say a pinch of salt goes, I don't know. That kind of stuff. It's almost like just kind of stepping out of spirituality and looking at something with just very mundane eyes is going to help you see what's going on with this person. Because this person, I feel like, is manipulating your good nature, your spiritual self, and the generosity that you give them. So that is what I have for you, pile number 1. It was very long, and I hope it wasn't too preachy, but that's what I have for you guys. Please don't unsubscribe. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2. Let's get into this. So, what are your blind spots? Over here, I have your blind spots in regards to your person and why it matters. And because relationships don't exist in a vacuum, it always takes two to tango. There's always a intermingling that happens, right? That contributes either to a conflict cycle or some kind of holding pattern. We have your blind spots just about your own self and your own behaviors that kind of feed into the blind spots. So let's do this. I can see that your person, I feel like your person does a lot of play acting. Like, they're very pleasant to be around. I feel like your person is almost like it. I call the Four of Pentacles the Emperor wannabe. And it's crazy because why it matters that they're kind of in this Emperor wannabe energy, and that it seems like there's always a part to your person that you're never going to be able to get to. There's some similar energies to this in pile number 1. So maybe if you guys were drawn to that, like, definitely check that out. But I feel like your person's kind of playing this Emperor wannabe. But at the same time, so it's like they don't intend to actually be the Emperor. They want to just pretend to be the Emperor. They want you to think that they're the Emperor. And the reason it matters is because the Emperor, and I'm noticing in the background, we have the sun that's being eclipsed by the moon. I feel like, this is what I'm saying, I feel like new love is trying to come in on your side. Especially you have Sage up here, which is just like purifying this relationship. You know, finally just kind of calling a spade and letting something go. You know, Mercury can be the energy of this divine gesture. And Mercury, all the energies in the zodiac, you guys, there are certain energies like mercurial energies, Gemini, and like, you know, vampire energies, Scorpio, that get a really bad rap. But don't let that throw you, because there's high vibrational and low vibrational sides to each one of the zodiac energies. We have to master all of them to be whole and complete and to finally transcend this cycle, right? These cycles, which is kind of what we're talking about here. So Mercury, I feel, can be a very manipulative energy, okay? And Mercury rules the nakshatras at the end of the water signs. So it can be kind of emotionally manipulative. I'm kind of getting with the vampire. These two together, I'm getting the energy of Jesha over here for your person. That came out in pile number 1 too, which is why I'm kind of, it came out differently because I put the cards to the side. But I'm still getting that energy. Gesture can rule betrayal. This person, I feel like they have kind of worldly goals. What's interesting about Mercury, you guys, is it's a neuter energy. It's not considered a sexual energy. So a lot of times mercurial individuals can, like people with heavy Mercury in their chart, they're very observant and they know how to kind of play act, how to play a role, right? Think about the drama faces. And that's a very like kind of almost Geminian symbol. I'm a Gemini. We're not shading Geminis here, okay? I could do a whole video on everything that people overlook that's great about Gemini. But anyways, so with this, I'm kind of getting that this person might be, your person could be in the theater, honestly. But I feel like they're a little bit play acting. They're very, very pleasant to be around. And I think you think this person's a lot stronger internally and a lot better off than they actually are. This person kind of doesn't want to get their hands dirty. This person also might want like a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. This person's kind of got sugar baby energy on them, where they want to deplete others for their own survival. I feel like this person is kind of complaining. Mercury can be a very clean energy too, like kind of doesn't want to get its hands dirty. It's very high-minded. And I think you really like and respect that about this person. You're very smart over here yourself. You have the lovers. You have the lovers over here. I just feel like this person, they pretend. First of all, Aries is the Emperor card, okay? I feel like you guys kind of, you show up, this person's might be mirroring you in some kind of way, but I feel like they're kind of trying to bind you. We also have the Father of Wands. They're kind of trying to bind themselves to you. And with the Sage card here, I do feel like it's almost like the universe is trying to purify this situation. So something else can kind of come in, because I do feel like this person wants to mooch off of you in some way, but they're blocking that off. I feel like there's always going to be a part of you that feels like you can't really access this person. You know, there's something very kind of cold about them, kind of distant, and this person's kind of looking for a way to maintain that. And I do think that it comes from like this person's been hurt before in the past, kind of a thing. But I also think this person might be a little bit jealous of you and what you have and the things that you work for. So it's almost like they're in this energy of like mimic. They're in this energy of mimicking. And I do feel like this person's kind of studying you. Not in a weird way, just it's something that their mind kind of does. Like they can kind of pull someone apart in order to kind of figure out how to get this person. I feel like is just a user. And the universe is just saying like, it's just better to let this go. For some of you guys, I feel like this relationship wasn't super, super deep because this person doesn't really let it get that deep. I feel like they might be good at pretending, but when you really kind of think about it, like, oh, I never really got close to that person. You know, the Four of Pentacles talks about being blocked off at like the head chakra and the heart chakra. Both of them are necessary for connecting both with other people and also to like spirit. I feel like this person has severed their connection with spirit in some kind of way. And it is kind of a dangerous energy. It can be. There's a lot of warnings like from indigenous cultures when we have like a super eclipse, like what's being shown here in this Emperor card to go inside. It's not really an energy. The sun is like, you know, the soul and enlightenment and philosophy and those kinds of things. So when it's crossed by the moon, which can result in like confusion and haze, those kinds of things, that it's best to stay inside and not to have that on you in some kind of way. And that's kind of what I feel like is happening. Like I feel like the warning here, why this matters, is because I feel like you guys are showing up in Emperor energy. You guys have a lot of goals. You're very motivated. You might have some kind of new beginning here yourself. Some of you guys are healers because Aries energy is so interesting because right out the gate you have Ashwini, which is ruled by K2, which is ruled by Moksha, a very watery energy. This person's trying to tap into that watery energy, that healer energy in you. But I feel like it does. Wherever Ashwini sits in your chart, which you guys might have a planet in Ashwini or a planet progressed into Ashwini, you have to be careful because you can get very depleted there. It's good, juicy, healing energy, but it's not free. It always costs you something. And you have the Exorcist here. I'm getting huge Ashwini energy. You guys are healers. You help people turn over a new leaf. That's why subconsciously this person, that's why they are drawn to you, is because they need help overturning a new leaf. With the Sage card, they're trying to purify their own life, but they're so scared. They're holding on so tight. They're trying to pretend like they're just on your level. They don't need anything from you. But this person's only doing that because they recognize this person's mimicking that independent, like fun, spunky energy in you with the Father of Wands kind of coming out. So, yeah, I'm getting the energy of Ashwini. So you have exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So again, I'm getting this energy of just like feeling like you want to help people, feeling like you want to help this person. But I feel like fear facing your own demons here, it's almost like maybe there is something about this person that you feel like ups your status in some way. This person can be very attractive, like really, really attractive. And they might talk a big game about like, you know, all the things that they want to achieve. Because I feel like they're trying to bond with you in that way. But it's a lot shallower than it comes off. And so I feel like the fear of facing your own demons is almost like there needs to be kind of a boundary, or fear of like having people kind of take advantage of you, you know? I feel like you guys are an energy that's not really looking to settle down actually right now. You guys have a lot of goals. And you're very, very healing. You guys might literally work in the healthcare field. You might be therapists. You guys do something that helps to free people, and you do it in a very deep way. It's not simply a matter of the knowledge that you have acquired, because I feel like you guys are very smart, but it's something that just is in you, like it resides in you. You guys are also looking for a new beginning here with this Aries. Like you're looking for a new beginning. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles here. I'm almost getting the energy of Critica. Like, but you have a good blend of like fire and earth, where it's like, you have a lot to give, is what I get. Like there's value in you. You have a lot to give. It's something that you're working on building. I feel like you're wanting some kind of partner who can help build with that. You have a lot of goals. You want to conquer the world. This person is like, yeah, let me be your sidekick. But at the end of the day, I think that this person is looking to kind of live off of someone else or something. They're trying to figure out how to like not have to pay their own bills, or like not have to take care of their own self in some way. That's just what I'm getting. I'm sorry. I know that's bad. And I feel like they use their sexual energy, and like, this person has a lot of charisma. They have a lot of like, romantic appeal. This person's like very charismatic is what I want to say. And they come off like they have all their stuff together, but it is just an act. I feel like they want you to be like their sugar mama or their sugar daddy in some way. And maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of sugar, but you do in some way. You have something that this person wants. About your status is what I just heard. That's some ludicrous song. I can't think of it right now. But so what you're not seeing about yourself is this Lovers. Like you have a choice here. You have a choice, and a lot of times the oldest Lovers card was like based literally on choosing like your proper partner or somebody who wasn't good for you. This person is mimicking they're mimicking like your soulmate energy. It's something that has to go. And it's something about looking past the surface, because I was just listening to someone talk about sage the other day. I follow this group on Facebook, and it's this like indigenous group that talks about like being more aware of their practices. And like a lot of people just think like, oh, I'm going to sage my space because I want to get this energy out. But sage is like a deeply receptive plant as well. So it matters like what energy you're in when you like pick it. So if you're buying sage from like a grocery store, and like maybe the person who picked it, like they're not taking very good care of, they're not paid well, they don't like their job and they're miserable, like that can get in your sage. And it's something to just kind of like be aware of. So this is what I'm saying. It's like looking past just like the surface. Sage clears out my space. It's like, okay, because this person is showing up as sage clearing out your space, but like they're not happy, so they're also releasing that into your space. And I hope that was not a confusing metaphor for you to follow, but you know, it's like it's peeling back the layer of the onion like just a little bit further to see like that. I don't think this person has like the very best of intent. I also feel like this person's jealous. They're jealous of you, or they're jealous of someone around you, because someone around you is the real deal. They want to like actually build something with you. Someone around you like actually has something to give, and they're on their own way to success here. But I feel like you might be sleeping on this person a little bit, or like it's hard to see this person right now like for what they're doing, because maybe they're at some kind of beginning stage. I feel like you guys have a person around you who's like a really, really good partner, and it's like you kind of can't see the forest through the trees because of like this person and this person. Oh my gosh, it's like the Little Mermaid, where like Ursula takes her voice. This person's skin deep. That's what I want to say. Like, because Ursula takes her voice in order to trick Eric. Like, it's the hallmark, right? He knows that he's after this girl with his voice, but that's why she was manipulative. This person is manipulative. They could be manipulating other people in your life too. This person's highly strategic. So was pile number 1. Who y'all messing with? I feel like it's safe to trust yourself in this situation. I'm going to clarify this. I'm going to clarify that. But, yeah, but the Little Mermaid, like, when you look at her essence, even though, like, she got her voice taken from her, fun fact, in the original, her tongue got cut out. So, what's wrong with children's stories? I don't even know. But it was still her essence. So it's like, it's having you pay attention to that. Because I feel like you guys are in some kind of place where you're having fun, you're empowered right now. Anyways, why does it matter that you have this choice here? Because you have goals. This pile has goals. You're trying to build something. You also have a sacred mission. I don't know if you guys know this or not. You're building new karmas in this life that are very healing. Wherever Aries sits in your chart, a lot of times there is your past life lessons are not applying in the same ways, and you have to learn something different. And so a lot of times you do have a lot of energy in order to accomplish that. This person's going to be a drain on your energy. I feel like this could be a spiritual test, because an Aries net doesn't start from scratch. It starts from experience. That's why the first nakshatra is headed by K2, your past life. In Vedic astrology, they say every new beginning starts from an ending. So you're pulling up juicy energy from your south node, from your past lives. It's just really, really subconscious. It's not something that you're interacting with on a logical level, and you're not supposed to, because there's something that you're here to do that's helping to free other people. You have a lot of energy behind you in order to get your goals. I was also getting the energy of Kritika. That's the same thing. You guys could have felt very outcasted before, but it's because you've seen the meme that's like, if you feel like you don't fit into this world, it's because you're here to help create a new one. That's this pile. And this person could be taking advantage of your loner nature, or you feeling different. You're supposed to feel different. I'm also, like I said, I'm getting the energy of Kritika. A lot of times Kritika people, they have very strong personalities and a very strong conviction, and people don't always get that, and so they can be a little bit outcasted, right, with that orphan energy. So I feel like the way that your blind spot is that this person is like your soulmate or something, but they're blending in, they're doing it on purpose. There's a lot of snake energy here, and this is the snake, like with Ashleisha. Aries is a masculine energy. It doesn't apply to gender, but it's like that energy tests masculine energy off their path. You guys could have Purnavasu in your chart as well here with the Lovers. Because I was kind of getting that with the first pile too, like this birth of the high mind. So this person, again, it's like taking advantage of your good nature here, but it's trying to like sing your masculine nature to sleep in some way, to lure you off your path in order to like leech off of you. This person, I feel like, is trying to leech off of you. That's your blind spot to them, is that they do a lot of talking that's pretty hollow. And you are trying to find people that, I do feel like you guys have leadership energy. There's some kind of group. You're supposed to be using your expertise in order to build some kind of group energy here. I feel like it's very spiritually focused. You have some kind of talent that you guys are trying to bring into this world, and you have a ways to go on your path. I feel like this group has kind of a big mission, but you've got to let go of past behaviors. I kind of get the sense that this person's a spiritual test. This person's like honeypotting you, you guys. Don't stick your hand in the honeypot, okay? But I feel like it might not even be that hard for you to let go of this person. We have Some Days You Gotta Dance, and I feel like, by the Dixie Chicks. And this is a song about like, it was about 5 till 5 on Friday. We were all getting ready to go. The boss man started screaming and his veins began to show. Some days you gotta dance, live it up when you get the chance. It talks about like kind of being in the grind. I feel like you guys, again, you're very goal oriented. Some of you guys are, you have to get like very educated or something, and this person brings out a lighter side of you, but they don't have very good intentions. They don't have very good intentions. I feel like there's a lot of passion between you guys. This person is being strategic in this relationship, and they're trying to bind you to them in some way, and possibly through sex. Mercury is also an energy that can mimic, they study what you want even in sex, but then like whenever, this is shadow side, okay? Not all Mercury. Mercury has a very good side too. It is the final ruler of the final nakshatra. It is required to develop it in a high vibrational way in order to transcend. But I'm saying like this low vibrational energy that I'm kind of getting from this person, the way that it's showing out is that this mercurial energy can mimic, and then it'll get you into some kind of contract, and then all of a sudden all that nice fun time, that happy fun time that you guys were sharing goes away. So, like just completely. Why is trust here? Why is trust here? You guys could just be very trusting, honestly, with this Aries energy. Yeah. Delusion with the Seven of Cups. This person is trying to seem, okay, and I'm just, you guys, listen, I talk about these energies because energies go toxic when they're not in the right place, in the right amount, that kind of a thing, right? There's no such thing as a bad energy, but this person is low vibrational. They're showing out in some kind of low vibration. It might be a shock to you because I feel like this person's, they should win some kind of an acting award. I don't know, what is that, like an Oscar or something? Because this person, Mercury, this can come off super cute or refined. Usually with women, it's very cute, cutesy cutes. Be very, and they're so tiny. They often have very tiny little features, freckles, like little button noses, and they can come off super cutesy cute. But they're always the smartest ones in the room, you guys. They always are. And in this case, it's not being put towards high vibrational things, which is the high side of Mercury. This is being put towards manipulation. And I feel like you guys are very trusting here with Aries. You guys are coming off very childlike, actually. I actually love this energy because you're super healing, but like super fun and super lighthearted. This is actually like really light energy, but this person has like, they want to get their hooks in you, is kind of what I'm feeling. Yep. Betrayal. I wouldn't trust this person. Pile number 2. Just flat out. I don't like to give negative messages, but you know, the message is, right? Knowledge is power. You can choose something different. I feel like I want to clarify this further. Like, what can we just, anything else that you want to say about these energies? I just feel like with you're being, like with Aries and Gemini coming out over here, maybe you have Aries and Gemini in your chart. But you guys are super sweet, super trusting. I feel like you have a lot of friends. You have your own goals. I feel like you're almost not even like, that could be what's having you, because you're very observant as well. Oh, this is the energy of Margashira. So you might have anxiety because I feel like a lot of you guys are loners. You exist outside of some kind of norms. And it's like, that's part of your spiritual journey here because you're here to help set other people free. I feel like it'll be harder if you're bound to this person in some way because there's something, they want to use all of that juicy energy that you have for their own kind of self and their own kind of gain. But yeah, oh my gosh, I should have caught on to that earlier. That there is this energy of Mrigashira. This is the deer. So it's kind of, it's very intelligent energy, very sweet energy, very loving energy, kind of restless, likes to travel a lot. You might have something that you guys like to collect, but this is a very, very gentle energy, very loving energy, and also honestly very observant. I just feel like you're focused on something else right now. You're focused on some kind of goals, so you're not like paying as much attention to this person as you probably would have. You're just kind of going off of feelings, and this person has a way of making you feel easy breezy. Some days you got to dance. You guys have a lot of goals. You're trying to get away from something. There's something here that you guys are trying to get away from. And in a sense, some of you guys aren't turning around to face it. You're still in this running energy. And so this person's able to manipulate that because it's not their blind spot. This person can see your blind spot. And I don't know that I trust them with it. There's something about using your past against you here. because the 6 of Cups is upright, and the 1 cup in the middle, which I feel like is your cup, because it's dumping out the sun. This is like dumping out your own energy, right? And the sun is exalted in Ashwini. So there's something about your independence that is vital to your mission here. Ashwini's it's ruled by the horse, and they don't do so well tied down. I almost feel like, this is what I'm saying, I almost feel like this is a spiritual test to get you tied down. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and recommend to this pile that you have more of a high priest, high priestess relationship with someone than an emperor, empress relationship. Think very much, maybe you guys do want to get married. I feel like you want to have like some kind of what they call householder relationship, like in India, instead of a sage-like relationship. But if you do, think very carefully about taking traditional vows. I wouldn't recommend it. I would take vows like my husband and I took vows that were like, I want to exalt you. I want to honor you. Like, do you mean to, I might hurt you, but it's not my intention. I intend to glorify you. I intend to exalt you. That kind of thing. Because I'm just, the horse is, doesn't like to be tied down. And I think there's something about your mission that requires you maybe to not be tied down. You're trailblazer. This is trailblazer energy. Okay. And you're supposed to feel uncomfortable. And you got to make sure that people don't like, take advantage of that, because something's growing out of this, Aries. I'm calling you an Aries because you're showing up here, and Aries, the symbol for Aries is a seed, a little sprout. That you guys have a mission, pile number 2, and it requires your independence. It requires a lot of energy. So not just with this person, but just be very careful who you let into your life, because I feel like there are forces that are going to try to knock you off your spiritual path, I believe. And the way they're going to do that with you is by trying to, it's like taking a ferry and slinging it into some water. Like getting you bound to something. Yeah, King of Wands. I feel like you come off as a King of Wands. You're very charismatic. Okay, so here's the difference. There is a commonality between the two of you guys. It just comes out differently. There is a kindred. There's a kinship here. But this person's kind of manufacturing that. This person wants money. They want stability. They want the good life. With the Queen of Pentacles here, they want to be very rooted. This is what I was telling you. You have to be able to be on the move. Barn happy horse. I'm not saying that you don't settle down somewhere, but you might have to do a lot of traveling. You might have to interact with a lot of people. And at the very least, you have to keep your energy field very clean, very pure. And this person has a heavier sort of an energy, because they want to work you like a workhorse. They want to take you, they want to get you off the field as a free horse, and they want to work you like their workhorse. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's a very specific message. So that's just something that, and the Chariot in my other deck, this deck actually, it's like, it is a horse, like moving forward with their mission. So I feel like this is choosing like the honeypot or choosing like your own mission here. You have choice coming around about this Queen of Wands. Either you're going to fall for the Queen of Wands, or you're going to be the Queen of Wands. So, and you're already showing up as the King of Wands. We have the King of Wands out here on the board twice now. So I feel like this person's very attracted to you as this King of Wands energy. You're someone very charismatic. You have this like entrepreneur energy. Again, I'm getting Kritika and I'm getting Ashwini. It's a very attractive, I take care of business kind of an energy that you have, but it's also very fun and lighthearted. I feel like there is something about you that like you live the good life, and you have a very good expression. People respond very well to you. You might be very well traveled, or you have a lot of plans to travel. And you want to help people. People notice you. You are energetically, at least, you are put up on a pedestal. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're still moving towards some kind of goal. And that's why I feel like it's kind of crunch time. There is some kind of a new love for you coming in. Yeah, like I do feel like this person kind of wants to use your vulnerability to lead to some kind of marriage situation. And I think that might surprise a lot of you, because I think this person comes off very easy breezy, but it's very crafted. So this was very specific of a message. If it didn't resonate with you, it obviously needed to come out for someone, and possibly choose a different pile. But that is what I have for you guys. Pile number 2, be very, very careful. You have a beautiful energy. You really, really do. And it's helping to guide people towards a liberation. You're ushering in a new dawn. That's what Ashwini does. It's ushering in a new dawn, and that's something that you're here to do. And I hope you get a chance to do it. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for being here and incarnating at this time. Be very protective of that easy breezy energy. All right, bye guys. All right, pile number 3. Interesting. So here's the thing, pile number 3. I've noticed in all of these readings, it's like people's spirituality, it's because people are so spiritual that's what's actually creating a lot of these blind spots. I just thought I would tell you because it's something that I've really discovered. So anyways, pile number 3. So over here I have your blind spots in regards to your person, your blind spots in regards to yourself, how it's kind of manifesting in the relationship, and taking a look at this more kind of down here. So there's first of all, what do I want to say? You guys can grow anywhere. That's what I want to say. Ferns grow anywhere, literally anywhere. Off the side of a cliff, there's a fern. The soil a little bit too dry, there's a fern. Ferns grow everywhere. They're ubiquitous. You guys can grow everywhere. I feel like this person is showing up as very stable, possibly controlling, and you're showing up as a lot more malleable. Now this is a relationship that actually looks like it works really well together, I gotta say, pile number 3. However, there's a dual Pisces is one of the dual signs, and you can see that. I love this artistry of this deck. You can tell that this person has such deep knowledge of astrology because you see, like, in the dual signs, most people only think Gemini is the only dual sign. Pisces is a dual sign. You're a very spiritual person. I feel like you want to travel to foreign places. That's the energy of Pisces. Pisces rules isolated in foreign places. I feel like your blind spot to yourself is that you want to be alone. You want to go to foreign places. There's two sides of you. You feel like you want to tempt the world, possibly, and that you're being called off. I feel like you're being called off. Somewhere to have some kind of mystical experience, to be on your own. This person, your blind spot is that they are controlling. This person knows exactly what they want to do. This person is using some kind of stability to control people. So, and it's very toxic. Is very, very toxic. There's something about the way that this person is and how rooted they are that's not great. With the Taurus, I'm just being drawn to this mask here. It's almost like, because the bull, right, that represents Taurus, but it's almost like the mask is the same as her face. So it's almost like this is her avatar. It's like there's something that's being, this person's like controlling. I feel like this person's controlling. That's something that's in your blind spot. So it's causing a lot of grief. It really is. And I feel like I feel like this is a should I stay or should I go kind of a situation. Pile number 3. I'm thinking about someone in particular. Let's mind link. But this, you're a wild child. You're a wild child. This person's going to put you in a pin. This person's going to put you in a pin. They have a lot to offer. They do. They're very stable. I do think this person has love to give, but God, we have God over here, you guys. So I feel like this person's controlling. The shadow attribute is despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. And this person, the power that they're using could be some kind of comfort, some kind of stability. And you don't need stability. That's what you're not seeing in yourself, is that you don't actually need it. You don't actually need it. You can grow anywhere with this fern. You can grow anywhere. And you have teacher here. So the light attribute is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Some of you guys want to teach abroad. Like there's these programs where you can like teach whatever language you speak. I don't speak even one language. But anyways, there's like programs where you can go like teach languages in different countries to people. So shadow attribute, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. You know what I actually think this is? I think that through your spirituality, through you like kind of, I feel like this person has like one of the things about Pisces, this could be a blind spot, is that you possibly are defining yourself based on someone else. And a lot of times that can be Pisces, either like, this is shadow side Pisces. And I just said this to pile number 2, but I'm going to say it again. There's no energy in the zodiac that is entirely good or is entirely bad. Energies sour when they're not in the right place, in the right amount, at the right time. This is why Mercury rules the final nakshatra in Pisces. We have to get everything just right. It requires a fine-tuned eye. It requires a lot of skill. In order to be able to get these energies going in a way that is copacetic and they all work together in that beautiful wheel and the beautiful circle, right? So the shadow side Pisces energy that's coming out that you're not really seeing in yourself is, I feel like there is a piece of your identity that you're identifying with this person. And that can go usually one of two ways with the Pisces. It's either they are with people that need them. Like they can be very nurturing. Your person could have some kind of physical disability, or there's something that you're like, oh, I can't leave this person because they need me. What would they do without me? Pisces loves to give. Venus is exalted in Pisces because it's very loving. It likes to give to people. But if that's your identity, or if you're using that to justify like a space in a relationship or your place in the world or whatever, I just feel like this person is just kind of running the show. The second way that can happen with the Pisces is they get with people that have very strong identities. And because Pisces is the sign where we merge, right? So this Pisces energy, you don't have to be a Pisces to resonate with this, but like, you want to merge with someone, you want to merge as a person, but and I feel like one part of you does, like, wants to merge with this situation, really, really likes that. There's a part of Pisces that likes to live the good life, you know? And I feel like this person can provide that, but I think it's going to be a leash, okay? And it's causing you guys some kind of grief here. That's how this plays out. And I'm just kind of, what I'm seeing is, usually this is divided into the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups, kind of getting the Three of Cups on your side of like sadness. There's something that you feel like you have to give up in this situation. And this person has the Two of Cups. So it's almost like, in order to receive this person's love, there's a part of you that you have to deny, right? Pisces being that dual side, dual nature. There's another part of you that this person just doesn't satisfy, can never satisfy. There's going to be something, there's something coming in with the Eight of Wands. This is something that you're not seeing. Okay. There's something you're not seeing that's coming in, some kind of communication, some kind of impulse. I feel like it's just going to hit you all of a sudden. So, this does kind of strike me as an established situation over here, especially like with this Taurus energy. And that's, this person's not moving. This person's not budging. And you're a wild child. We have wild child bred in. I'm a wild child. Yes, I am. I love the country and I want to run free. I don't want to live up to anyone's plan. I want to feel the good vibes. I want to feel the sunshine with you by my side. And then you have a leap of faith. It's safe to make the leap you're considering. I feel like there's going to be this moment here with the Eight of Wands where it's safe to make the move that you're making. It's going to happen internally, I think, with the Eight. Like, this is buried energy, and also with Pisces, I feel like this is going to be an internal thing. There's going to be just a moment where you realize Spirit just kind of gives you that goose, you know? And it's kind of time to go. So like, why does it matter? We have the Five of Wands. You're at war with yourself. You're at odds with yourself in here. You're confused. There's two parts of you. And I think what ultimately this is saying is that, oh, and I never explained this with the shadow attribute of like teaching negative traits. I feel like you catering to this person, or just being willing to sacrifice this other side of your nature to this person. I feel like that is teaching this person bad habits. Like, it's like allowing this person to not change this, because this is a toxic trait. And I feel like this person kind of won't, like, why it's important is because I feel like you guys, maybe you guys don't fight that much, but it's like, you know, they say that it's actually not a good thing not to fight in relationships. And you might be afraid to fight this person. If you're afraid to get into a fight with this person, not like a physical altercation, but just like, just stand up for yourself, to say what you want. If you always feel like you have to go along with this person's way, it's like this person's way or the highway. And it might be an unspoken agreement that you guys have between the two of you. But with the Four of Cups, it's toxic. And 4 is like, it's a very stable number. It's not the most stable because it's not a 3, but it's toxic. This rat is sitting all over these cups. And it's something that's hidden and it's obscured with this moon sign, like right above all of this. This person's toxicity is like cloaked in, the moon likes to live the good life too. So it's like cloaked in, you know, being very stable or whatever. But it's like this person is like masking that it's their way or the highway. I feel like there's something subtly controlling about this person. And why it matters is the Son of Pentacles. You feel trapped here. There's a path that you want to go on. It requires strategy with the Son of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles, and it's all about strategizing. It might require some kind of strategy. You might have to figure out how to walk away from this. This seems like, this person at least seems very entrenched. So there is something to that. But it's okay for you to take a leap of faith. It's safe for you to make the move that you're considering making, because otherwise, like, the path that you're on needs to be your own. It's like, And the pentacle is eclipsing the sun here. So why this is important is because tradition, this heavy energy, it's going to eclipse your sun. And you can't let that happen, you know? But it's important to be aware of this person's traits. You guys, I feel like if you're not aware about this with this person, that they're very controlling, that it's their way or the highway, it might literally kick up some shit. Pardon my French, but like, it might literally kick up some stuff if you say that you want to leave. There might require some planning. You guys, if you need help, there are resources that you can call. Because this person, I feel like this person's not going to let you go easily. Spirit, can you clarify that? I'm just worried about that. I don't necessarily feel that this person is nasty. I just feel like they've got a tight hold on this, on their relationships. This person, this person's kind of self-centered. And it might have been what drew you to this person, but I feel like now you're being called to look at your own sun, whatever it is that you want. You're being called to look at what you want and see if that's actually going to happen in this relationship. The Devil. King of Cups. You guys, I feel like there's something, it's like, there's something toxic about this person, okay? And I don't feel like it's obvious, because I don't think they like talk that much or anything. There's a you need to keep this a secret. I feel like there's a reason you need to keep this a secret. Oh man. With the King of Cups. In order to like make your dream come true here. Because there's a reason it's telling you to like just wait or plan. Keeping it close to your chest and plan. And then it's like you're going to know when the time is right to go. We have the Devil here, you guys. Like, this person intends to hang on to this relationship. This person intends to get what they want out of this relationship. I'm getting the energy of the Sun. So because it starts in Taurus and Kritika, it progresses to Uttara Ashada in Capricorn. The Devil. So, and that Sun energy, shadow side Sun is very self-centered and very career focused, very money focused, very status oriented. This person's, I feel like you guys, your blind spot is that this person is selfish. And honestly, I feel like it might have, they're going to provide for you in some kind of way. Like, but it's interesting that we don't have Uttara Falguni here, the other sun ruled nakshatra, which is about just like living the good life. It's where the soul kind of stops to take a break. And it's like this person's kind of a dictator, you guys. Look at all this secret night imagery. I'm sure you guys are like, Jessica, you're overreacting. I'm not in a bad situation. Because there's something, but I do feel like you guys, there's something that you're just not seeing about this. There's something about gathering information with the Three of Wands. And the Eight of Wands. Gathering information. If you gather, oh my gosh, I'm not telling anybody to snoop through someone's phone or anything, but I feel like if you start to pay more attention in some way, whatever way you can, like safely, gather information, like possibly just talking about friends, about this person's past or whatever, I feel like you're gonna realize something. You're gonna realize something about this person's past, probably. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I know this is very specific. I feel like some of you guys, like, you're staying out of guilt, out of responsibility. But it is safe, it's saying it's safe to make the move that you're considering. I just feel like there's something's going to come to your attention. Six of Pentacles. There's so much hierarchical imagery here. I feel like this person might, for some of you guys, view you as an object. Pisces can often fall into like relationships where they're arm candy or they're treated as an object and they're not given full autonomy in a relationship. We're all a mix of energies, but it's just important for me to be able to talk about these and the energies. I hope I'm not confusing you. What's crazy is, like, when I was shuffling, this was weird. But I kind of set these down here, and we have 2 major arcanas at the bottom of the deck. There's something that's confusing and that's fearful, but it's like fate is going to come in. There's some kind of fate, or something's going to change. I feel like you are eventually going to move away from this, and the universe is going to help you out. Yeah, there's something, I feel like you're going to hear something or you're going to learn something, and just kind of cut this out. So why, there's like an energy of like pause, waiting, being careful. There's an energy of being careful. Why is there an energy of being careful here for pile number 3? Does this person have a temper, you guys? Something's wrong with this person. Pile number 3. I'm not kidding. Like, be careful. Be careful with this. Because I feel like they're watching you. They're watching you. I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid. I just don't like this energy that I'm seeing over here. You have the devil twice. This person plans on keeping you, you guys. This is a strong energy. This is a very strong energy. Very strong. And like, I feel like they're watching you. This person might have like your passwords to your social media. They're definitely watching your social media. But with the Son of Wands, this is the Knight of Wands. I feel like they could fly into a rage. You can grow anywhere. You can grow anywhere. And it is safe. It is safe for you to make the move that you're considering. But I do feel like it's telling you to exercise caution. Okay? Some of you guys, maybe you talk to a therapist or someone that can keep their mouth shut. And it might be worth talking to this person. 3 of Swords. I don't like this energy. I don't like this energy. I feel like this person's selfish. For some of you guys, I feel like this person might even have cheated on you in the past. Because it's like they intend to do whatever it is that they're going to do, but it's what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, you know what I'm saying? Now we have the Hangman twice. Lots of Piscean energy, lots of confusing energy. The Hierophant, you guys, I don't like this. I feel like you like this. This person has good traits, okay? Like, they do. Except for they also have toxic ones. They're selfish. This person's selfish. But I feel like there's a lot you like about this person. I feel like they're steady, they're stable, they provide some kind of stability here. But I feel like when it comes to like love, their romantic partner, I feel like they're very controlling. I don't know if it's come out yet, but I feel like this person is very controlling. They might even spread some kind of gossip about you. I feel like there's a side to this person that you don't know. And it's very forceful. And I don't want to, like, it's for everybody, it's not going to manifest as like this person has a rage problem. But I feel like for a lot of you, there's something toxic about this person's behavior. I feel like they probably have kept this under wraps. This might be a situation where one day somebody just shows a different side of themselves. That's what I feel like is happening here with the 8 of Wands. So, what is the advice? Two of Swords. There's something that you don't see. That is what it's saying. That's what I'm getting. There's something about this person that you don't see, pile number 3. Nine of Pentacles. Cutting this off and being independent. But I do feel like, again, with the King of Swords, this is a very smart, very astute energy. This man is go with a sword. Do you understand? So, the Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy. This is somebody focusing on themselves, which is, I feel like, what you want to do anyway. It's, I feel like, what you want to do anyway. It's focusing on yourself. And you might be staying out of grief or guilt. And this person wants to keep a hold of you. This person might be planning on asking you to marry them. But it's like a controlling move, you guys. This person's trying to put you in a pen, pile number 3. That's your blind spot to this person. They're trying to put you in a pen. Nobody puts baby in a corner. So, it's important because I think this could lead to a fight, you guys. And again, it's like, know your person. If your person, there are, I'm going to put like a hotline in the bottom, in the description box, in case anybody does need that. For all of you, it's not going to be on that level. It's just going to turn into some kind of squabble or some kind of fight. And this person might get petty. They might start trying to spread some rumors about you. Saying that you know what, because I feel like for some of you guys, this person's very selfish. They're like a cheater. Some of you guys don't realize that about this person. Because I feel like this person, like, you do have a really good love, but there's something secretive about this person's love nature. There's something secretive about this person's love nature. And they're going to start spreading rumors about, they could just, like, for some of you guys, this person, there is a risk that this person could get violent, and that's just what I want to say. But for others of you, this person's going to be violent in another, like a subtle, more insidious of way, which, they could start spreading rumors about, like, saying you cheated on them, calling you a slut, whatever. Or a hoe, or, you know, saying that you are crazy, and saying that you have some kind of toxic thing that made you leave. Some of you, they're going to be like, yeah, she's a witch. And you'd be like, I am, that's how I got away from you. Anyways, you guys, if someone's like a therapist that's watching this, and you have resources that might help people, if you want to post it, I'll pin it at the top too. I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but I am just seeing the potential for this not to go so well. And I just want you to be safe as well. For a lot of you guys, it's not going to be like that. And I just want to remind you that it's saying that it's safe. You don't need to get, like, you know, if it's not a situation where you feel that way, it's just telling you to be careful, to be cautious. It's reminding you that you can leave and that you can grow anywhere. You're a very strong, capable person. You're very loving. You have a lot to give. Your loving nature can get taken advantage of in situations. You can love a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people. And I feel like this person, that might make them uncomfortable. And that might be why they're watching you. That might give Pisces, they're the most loving. And they really can love a lot of people, and they can love a lot of people in appropriate ways, and it's not crossing any lines. And your person might be like, well, you know how she's always hugging people? Well, yeah, it's because she's, you know, got this other side to her that's devilish, you know? That's Knight of Wands and the devil. Like, she's a sex addict. She just can't, you know? And it's like, it's something so pure and so innocent and so sweet in you. But it's like, this person would do anything to keep you, I feel. The Lovers, they feel like you belong to them. Oh my gosh. Be careful, you guys. This person is going to put up a fight for you. And what that means is going to depend on how high vibrational your person's energy is. I'm trying to, like, make sure that some of you guys aren't freaking out for no reason, while still understanding that there's something about this person that's just not right. So, that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 3. Oh, man. Be safe. Bye, guys.